Beautiful. Right. Cheers. Let's have a little drink. I'm Doug with America's Best Restaurants, and we're traveling the country coast to coast to find restaurants you should dine at on a frequent basis. We're in Twinsburg, Ohio, outside of Cleveland at Blue Canyon. All I can say is, wow. It's like a mountain lodge, restaurant, event center. It's just killer. From the food to the decor to everything, you're going to be amazed. And we're going to talk to the entire crew. So why don't you come with me? Let's go inside and check out Blue Canyon. We're inside, and I'm honored to be sitting with Val, one of the partners here for Blue Canyon. So Val, this place is amazing. When you walk in in that front door, the first thing that hits you is, wow, how did this concept come about?
Well, do you want the long version or do you want the short version?
Is there like a short medium?
Well, it started out that my brother was building a log cabin, and his wife then wanted to have this really cool lodge. So he built that. After they were done, the lodge became like, wow, this could be a cool restaurant, because he was thinking of building a restaurant across from the hotel, which is now the Hilton Garden in Twinsburg. And so it's basically his house on steroids. How about that?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's and it was just a amazing structure. Badger Brothers built the whole entire facility, and it was October of 2003. He stood somewhere in this lot and said, "This is where I want the great room." That's where we're sitting right now. It had the most beautiful view of Twinsburg, Ohio, Northeast Ohio. So it's really nice.
Amen. So now you guys are celebrating your 18th year.
18 years. And it's been a long 18 years, but from 2004 when we opened, probably to 2019 when we were told by the state of Ohio to shut down, COVID started. And we're a different restaurant today, 2 years later, almost 3 years later. And it's amazing what we've learned during that time frame. A lot of things that I would have never thought of when running a restaurant that I'd be faced with my employees, everybody that just had something to do with this restaurant. It was just like, wow, we had a long way to go if we're gonna get out of the basement on this deal. But we all worked together. We had 5 managers, I was one of them. We pivoted very quickly to do a curbside menu. Our guests were great because they would call, we would deliver, well, I delivered, and I was washing dishes. Everybody else was making either the big.
You did it all.
Well, there was only 5 of us, and everybody else was not working, and was very sad. So we did that for about almost 3 to 4 months, and then we got back into the swing of things because the state said we reopen at 50% occupancy. And quite honestly, Doug, this is the first time I'll say that at that time that I really enjoy having a large restaurant, because our 50% is like a normal restaurant when they're at full capacity. So we're able to social distance the entire restaurant, and we still do that today. It's one of the things we kept adopted as we were progressing, as we opened more and more. But we wanted to keep the distance. People weren't really comfortable coming back totally 100%. So, and some aren't today, and they're just waiting. But business is improving. We're not quite there, the 2019 levels, but we'll get there. And we also found out during this time that now that we're looking ahead, it's we have to really take a look at where do we want to be a year from now or 3 years from now. And basically, Doug, we're starting over. Wow. We're planning a renovation. So what you see today, the interior structure will be the same, but the upholstery, the tables, the chairs, the lighting, everything, that'll all change. And it's going to be similar to what we did back in 2003 when we built Blue Canyon. We wanted that wow factor. So we're going to do that again. Hopefully we'll get this done by, if we're lucky, maybe mid next year. Supply chain, that is really getting hard to, bringing in new chairs, that, the equipment's not coming as fast as it should, that kind of thing. So we got to build that into the timeline. But we want to have a nice brand new restaurant. And we feel very good that what we're planning, people will come back and go, wow, this place is really cool.
Well, that's what we're going to cover in this episode. This is going to be a unique episode because we're not just talking to Val. We're talking to all the different parts and pieces that make Blue Canyon operate. Coming up next, we're going to talk to Chef Scott. We're going to showcase the food. So hold on just a moment. We're going to get Chef Scott and talk to him and show this food coming right up. All right, here we are, Chef Scott. It's time to cover the food here at Blue Canyon. So, Chef, I want to get into your background as well, but let's start item number one. What is that masterpiece we are looking at?
All right, so this right here is the vegan tostada. This is something that's been new and added to our spring menu. We're trying to implement more vegan and vegetarian dishes. This one is basically going to be a sweet potato and black bean hash, which we roast. It's going to have some salsa verde, some fresh guacamole, and then a romesco sauce, which is like a red pepper almond puree.
Now, one thing I'd love to ask is, where do some of the creations come from? Is it deep thought? Do you just wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and go, oh, I have an idea, it's an epiphany? Where do you come up with this?
I would say for every dish, each dish I would say has its own unique inspiration. Like for example, right here, the steak taco. Yeah. This is basically, we wanted to do a steak taco on the menu because we get this great ribeye, and then we cut the ribeye in-house. So what happens is we have basically the ends of the ribeye. We want to give the guests a nice center cut piece. So we take the ends of the ribeye, we cut them up into thin strips, and we saute that hibachi style. So me and my family, we love to go and get hibachi. Oh, yeah. And this is basically everything that is steak hibachi on one plate. So it's all wrapped up in the taco. It's going to have some sweet Thai chili sauce, some yum yum sauce, fried rice, and then a little pickled vegetable slaw. So that was the inspiration for that one.
So you're paying homage to hibachi.
Yes, definitely.
Don't say that 5 times real fast, but that's a. So your background, I'm always fascinated on where chefs start or what gets them into this industry. What got you into it?
Well, I started cooking when I was very young. I started cooking at home at my parents' house when I was 7 years old. I learned how to make an omelet. For whatever reason, I was just always interested in it. I always liked how, you can, food always brings people together. It's there's always a good community vibe to it, and it means family, it's comfort. Yeah. And I just have always just loved being around people and food. And when I was in high school, I started washing dishes at a restaurant on the west side of Cleveland. And when I was there, I just knew, being around the people in that environment, I'm like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So originally I wanted to go to law school, but instead I would basically cut classes at the end of the day in high school and then go to work early, catch up the dishes so I could learn how to do other stuff in the kitchen. And then it just kind of took off from there. So I just, yeah.
So this guy's making omelets at 7 and I could barely make toast. So there's a reason why he's an executive chef and I'm sitting on this side. I love that, man. That's awesome. All right, yeah. So let's go. You've covered those two. What is item number 3?
Okay, so this is another new dish to our spring menu. This is basically kind of like a comfort food dish. So it's going to be a cast iron seared chicken thighs. So it's going to be pasture raised chicken. They're seared in the cast iron skillet so that skin gets nice and crispy. And then it's served with truffle cream corn and then a red pepper leek jam. So we always like to have a good balance to the dishes. So whenever we have something that's kind of on the more rich side, like cream corn, we're gonna have something sweet or acidic to balance that out. So the red pepper leek jam is a little sweet, a little acidic, and a little spicy, and it's got some good mustard flavor in there as well.
And again, no good menu would be complete without seafood.
Yep, these are the scallops. This is one of my favorite dishes on the menu. So basically, we pan sear the scallops, and they're served with some basmati rice, which we basically cook the basmati rice with fresh ginger, lime, and garlic and butter. And then we do a red curry coconut cream with that as well.
Nice.
So yeah.
A lot of infusion of things that you normally wouldn't think that maybe go together, but they go together.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the idea. We don't want to serve the food that you can get everywhere else. We like to when you come here, we want you to feel like that the experience was just a little bit different, but it was still excellent. So yeah, that's the idea, and typically the inspiration behind coming up with, whenever we create something, we want it to be things that you wouldn't normally think to put together.
Love it. All right, last but not least, oh baby.
Yeah, that is the 16-ounce Delmonico ribeye. That's the one that we cut in-house. We cut them daily. We go through a ton of these. It's not on the menu, but we offer it as a feature almost every night. It's one of the most popular ordered steak items we have. So for this, we usually prepare it a little bit differently depending on the season. So right now we're in spring. So we have a ramp chimichurri sauce. Ramp's just like a wild onion that grows around here, which have a really short season. So we like to take advantage of them while they're here. And it has a little bit of garlic chive butter and then some maple bacon and pimento cheese.
Love it. So these are just 5 of the items. You've got a full menu, covers the full gamut from, again, vegan to seafood to steak to chicken. Love this, man.
Thanks.
Tell you what, again, these are just 5 of the items. Now, the cool thing? You can also dine and have private dining here at Blue Canyon. So tell you what, we're going to check out Katie. We're going to go meet Katie and talk about the private dining that you can eat Chef Scott's creations in private. Check it out. Hey, this is Katie. I just mentioned her. She's the director of private dining. Katie, you've got great facilities here.
Thank
Why don't
you.
we go check them out?
Awesome.
Tell us all about the private dining. Come on in.
Perfect. This is our first room, is our terrace. Come on in. We do lots of events in this room. This is our most popular room with the windows, how beautiful everything can be set up. So nice to have tons of mingling space, to have enough room for guests to be able to be at all the tables. What we do in this room is a lot of showers, dinners, corporate events, rehearsal dinners. We even have small weddings in this room as well, which is awesome.
Now, Val mentioned to me that this was like a patio.
Yes.
And it was converted when,
Yes.
when the main patio
Yep.
was built, right?
Yep, it used to be our patio, so this was all enclosed soon after. And so it's nice to have an outdoor space, and we could even open up all the windows, get some nice air in here. So that's wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. This is the terrace.
This is the terrace.
All righty. Where are we going to next?
We'll check out the porch. On our way to the porch, this is our great room, and this is where we put all of our a la carte dining in this room. But during the day when we're not open, we do utilize this room for large events as well. This room can go up to 70, 80 people in this room.
Big
Yes.
groups.
So Ashley and myself have been here for 17 plus years, and her and I have just so many recommendations and ideas of how to make the parties go just effortlessly. And we're here from booking to all of the details throughout to the day of. We're here as well to make sure the events go off seamlessly.
Katie and Ashley cover everything. So all you got to do is reach out, contact either one of them, and put your worries behind you. Just let them handle the whole thing. So tell you what, the tour of Blue Canyon continues. We're going to go talk to Stuart, the GM, and check out some of the stuff front of house next. All right, I mentioned Stuart. Here he is, operations manager. We are out front, Stuart. A lot of your customers and your guests are repeat.
Yes, they are.
Tell us about that, because obviously you guys are doing something right.
Absolutely. A lot of our guests have been dining here for the last several years. We've been open 18 years now, and we like to have our guests come back as much as possible. I even have guests that drive up to an hour sometimes to come here from the west side of Cleveland. So what we basically do to drive this business is we offer a loyalty program. Once you spend about $150 in food and beverage, we're going to kick you back a $15 reward.
Nice.
Just to drive business to get people to come on back. So it's really working really well for us.
And one of the things that I've noticed inside, you guys know a lot of people by name.
We do.
I mean,
We
so
do.
obviously they are loyal, from you to the servers all the way down.
Absolutely. We try to use our guest names as much as possible. It makes them feel welcome and welcome to come back and bring their friends with them. So if we know everybody's guest names, we're doing something right.
Obviously, because this place is so unique. I mean,
Thank you.
I would imagine how many times you see someone walk in and you know it's their first time because they go, wow.
It does happen quite a bit, but not as much as you would think.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our guests have been here multiple times.
Gotcha.
They know exactly what they want when they come in. They know what kind of service to expect, what kind of food to expect. Absolutely.
This guy's really good. He's really good at his job. Hospitable as a man can be.
That's
Welcome
awesome.
back.
Serious.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
That is great. Thank you.
Thank you.
How about that?
Man, you can't beat that. Talking about putting it right there.
Yep.
That's perfect. Man, I tell you what, when you come in, Stuart's probably going to be one of the first people that you see, say hey, and if you come more than once, they're going to know your name anyway. And if you're like me, first time here, I opened the doors, I went, wow. I mean, it truly takes you away. So from the atmosphere to how they serve you to the food, you guys knock it out of the park, man.
Thank you. We try our best.
Excellent. Well, I tell you what, we're going to hit the patio, or we're going to talk to Bob next and get the skinny from Bob. Check it out. Alrighty, we're wrapping things up, as I said, with Bob. Bob, congratulations on what's about to be 18 years.
18 years.
What a
yes.
great concept.
Yes.
Do you want to cheers?
I want cheers.
Let's cheers.
I
to-
especially like these ice cubes.
Those are
You
cool.
like- yeah, they're one big ice cube,
I like that.
and they don't water down the drink. They're
Beautiful. Cheers. Let's have a
Cheers.
little drink.
great. 18 years.
So, I hear you have a passion for food, and that's what's really led to this concept.
Yeah, I do have a passion for food. I grew up in the restaurant business. My parents. And I started cooking when I was 11. Went to the Culinary Institute after that. Was there for 3 years. I went to hotel school, but food is where it's at for me.
The overall concept itself, it is so unique. We have profiled that during this entire episode. Where did it really come from? Because when I walked in that front door, I said, wow.
Yeah.
It just
Well,
takes you
here's
away.
where it came from. I built a hotel in Montana, and I fell in love with fly fishing and the log homes. And when I came back, I built my home here out of logs. And the Amish built it for me. And I invited my friends over to have hors d'oeuvres and cocktails. And they said, you know what? You should build a restaurant like this. So I took the builder and the plans, and we built a restaurant like my home.
It's beautiful.
And I tell you, it's just like we say, you have great atmosphere, great food, and great service. Those are the three basic things you need to be successful. And the biggest, aside from the food, the biggest compliment we get is also on the facility itself, the lodge. If they feel like they're on vacation, that's what we hear constantly. They come here because they feel like they're in Montana.
Yep.
There's nothing like it here. Now you go to Montana and they have all of these things there, but not here.
So I wonder if you go to Montana, if people say, I feel like I'm in Twinsburg.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Oh, shoot.
No.
Well, I think we should cheers to that.
Let's cheer to that.
No, this is a wonderful concept. We've enjoyed being here and profiling your staff from top to bottom, the food, the patio. You guys have it going on. And congratulations on 18. And here's the 18 more.
18 more, and the best thing about it is I didn't want to get into the restaurant business because I know what it's like. It's tough.
Yeah.
Tough business. And so my brother decided he'd come down from Chicago and he'd run it. So he's been doing it for 18 years. And because I would never want to do it myself.
Yeah.
It's tough. And we've been able to keep a lot of our people for 16, 15 years.
That's awesome.
And they make the difference when it comes right down to it. Food's one thing, but you got to have the service to go behind it.
That you do.
Can't be successful.
You guys got it going on. I tell you what, if you want to learn more about Blue Canyon, check them out online. They've got a website, social media presence, and they got a full listing right here on americasbestrestaurants.com. Click the subscribe button below, click the bell notification, get notified when we drop more episodes. And Bob,
Hey,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
One more cheers. Here's cheers to you. If you are in the Twinsburg area, and I know you guys pull people from all over the place, you need to come here and check this place out. Absolute, no doubt, make an event of it. This is a place you need to try. So thank you for tuning in. This is for us. This is for you. We're out.
We're out.